You know that water is the most precious and important thing that all living things need to survive. You need water to drink, and that water has to be clean and germ free. And there are so many other things we absolutely need water for. We need water to grow our food and to keep our body, clothes, houses, and surroundings clean. Cleaning of water. Clean water is a basic need of human beings. But unfortunately, clean water is not available to many humans. They have to use dirty water to fulfill their needs. This leads to various health problems and waterborne diseases. The General Assembly of the United Nations announced 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life. This action aimed to reduce by half the number of people who do not have access to safe drinking water. How do we clean water? We install filters in our kitchen or we use alum to clean the water. What these things do is basically they settle the dirt in the water. This process is called cleaning of water. Sewage. We use the water and make it dirty. Do you know how? The water that we use gets mixed with soap, shampoo, detergent, dirt, and many other things when we use it. This dirty water is also called wastewater. Sewage is the wastewater released by homes, industries, hospitals, etc. Sewage is liquid waste. It contains dissolved and suspended impurities. These impurities are called contaminants. You must have seen manholes on roads and in your buildings. What are they for? There is a huge transport system that carries sewage. There are many small pipes that collect sewage from the origin to the point of disposal.
The four major sources of wastewater are: first, domestic sewage. This is the wastewater from kitchen sink, wash basin, bathroom, shower, bathtub and feces from the toilet, etc. Commercial sewage. This is the wastewater produced and released by shops, offices, schools, hospitals and big establishments. Third, industrial sewage. This is the wastewater released by industries. Industrial wastewater may contain poisonous chemicals. And last, rainwater. As rainwater flows on the ground, it may pick up various contaminants including soil particles, organic compounds, heavy metals, animal waste, oil and grease. We know that sewage is a complex mixture containing various contaminants like organic impurities such as human feces, animal waste, oil, urea, pesticides, herbicides, fruit and vegetable waste, etc. Inorganic impurities, which includes nitrates, phosphates, metals, etc. Then nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen, bacteria such as which cause cholera and typhoid, and other microbes such as which cause dysentery. Children, accumulation of sewage or untreated sewage causes the following harmful effects. Spreading of diseases. The improper drainage system in many places causes the wastewater to collect in lanes and backyards and stagnate. This stagnant sewage acts as a breeding ground for flies, mosquitoes and other insects and causes infectious diseases like diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, jaundice, etc. Water pollution. Through the network of drainage pipes, the untreated sewage is released into nearby water bodies, that is lakes or rivers, which lead to water pollution. Drinking water contaminated with sewage can cause many diseases in people. Eutrophication. Children, this term is new to you all, so let's see what it is. Sewage contains nutrients like phosphates and nitrates. The discharge of such nutrient-rich water into water bodies causes increasing growth of algae. This is called algal bloom. A large population of algae in the water bodies decreases the amount of dissolved oxygen in the water. Thus, it can be defined as the process of nutrient enrichment of water bodies that stimulates the growth of aquatic plants like algae that may result in depletion of dissolved oxygen is called eutrophication. This causes loss of biodiversity because most of aquatic animals use oxygen dissolved in the water to live. Now, let's see sewerage. Sewerage is an underground network of interconnected pipes called sewers that transport or carry the sewage from the place where it is being produced, like home or other buildings, to the sewage treatment plant where it is processed. A manhole is a covered vertical hole in the ground, pavement or road above the underground sewer pipeline. If there is any leakage or blockage in the underground sewer pipeline, the sanitary worker can go down to the sewer pipeline for cleaning or any repair. Manholes are provided at every 50 meters to 60 meters distance in the sewerage, at the junction of two or more sewers and at points where there is a change in the direction of sewer line. Next is wastewater treatment plant. Sewage treatment is the process of removing pollutants or contaminants from the sewage to make it harmless so that it may be disposed of safely in the water bodies. A place where the process of sewage treatment is conducted is called sewage treatment plant or wastewater treatment plant.
Wastewater treatment plant. Now let us learn about wastewater treatment plant. Treatment of wastewater occurs in wastewater treatment plant. It involves physical, chemical, and biological processes that remove physical, chemical, and biological matter respectively from the wastewater. In the first step, wastewater is passed through bar screens. In this step, large objects like rags, sticks, cans, plastic packets, napkins are removed. In the second step, water is passed through a grit and sand removal tank. The speed of the incoming wastewater is decreased to allow sand, grit and pebbles to settle down. In the third step, the water is then allowed to settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. Solids like faces settle at the bottom, and this is called as sludge. The sludge is removed with a scraper, and the floatable solids like oil and grease are removed by using skimmer. Now, the treated water is called as clarified water. The sludge which is removed by using scraper is transferred to a separate tank. It is decomposed by the anaerobic bacteria. The biogas produced in this process is used as fuel or can be used to produce electricity. In the fourth step, air is pumped into the clarified water to help aerobic bacteria to grow. Aerobic bacteria consume human waste, food waste, soaps, and other unwanted matter in the clarified water. After several hours, the microbes settle at the bottom of the tank. This is called as activated sludge. The water is then removed from the top. The activated sludge contains about 97% water. This water is removed by sand, drying beds, or machines. Dried sludge is used as manure. The treated water has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. This treated water is discharged into a sea or a river or into the ground. Nature cleans it up further. Sometimes it may be necessary to disinfect water with chemicals like chlorine and ozone before releasing it into the water bodies or ground. Eucalyptus trees absorb the surplus wastewater rapidly and release pure water vapor into the atmosphere. Hence, it is suggested to plant eucalyptus trees all along sewage ponds.
Sewage in our homes and outside. Sewage from cities, towns, and all other places should not be discharged directly into the rivers. It must be made harmless before release. Used cotton, tea leaves, sanitary towels, etc. should be thrown in the dustbin and not in the drains. Wastes should be disposed of properly and not thrown just about anywhere. Sanitation and diseases. Sanitation is the hygienic means of promoting health through prevention of human contact with the hazards of wastes. Hazards can be either physical, microbiological, biological, or chemical agents of disease. Wastes that can cause health problems are human and animal feces, solid wastes, domestic wastes, industrial wastes, and agricultural wastes.
Next is about sanitation at public places. Proper sanitation is required for healthy living. Being a part of a poor nation, everybody in a large populated country does not have toilets for use. They defecate in open, on land, near water bodies, fields, and so on. These are the sources of disease-causing microbes. These microbes reach water sources through rainwater. This is called water pollution and the water is contaminated. People who use such water get diseased. These diseases are called waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, dysentery, hepatitis and polio. Next is alternative arrangements for sewage disposal. Large quantities of waste is generated at public places like railway platforms, bus stops, parks, schools, hospitals, fairs, zoos, etc. It must be disposed of properly to avoid spreading any epidemics of diseases. If dustbins are not available, the wrappers must not be thrown on roads, in open, etc. Carry it from homes. Urination is open and must be avoided. Next is about vermi-processing toilet. Special types of earthworms have the capacity to convert the wastes into manure. These worms are now being used to convert human wastes into vermicakes, which can be used as manure. Such toilets need less water for waste disposal and are economical also. We all have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. That's all for today's class. Thank you.